Hey everybody, welcome back to Dead Man DZ's Kanji Study Streams. We've got 12 new vocabulary words from the JLPT N2 list today. As always, if we see new vocabulary words, but they're using old kanji, we're just going to go over the meanings of the kanji themselves, how it's said, and hopefully a way to remember it. If it's a new kanji, and I think we have only one today, we're going to go over its reading, its meaning, what the radicals mean, and how to think up kind of a picture in your mind for remembering it. This is a writing excuse me. This is a writing study practice. So we'll be going over every new kanji and writing it down 10 times, and every new word we see, we're just going to write down 3 to 5 times just to kind of remember it. If you want to watch this at your own pace, head on over to YouTube. And if you want these vocabulary lessons in word format, head on over to my Google Drive. All of them are on my Google Drive. Our first word for the day is kuso. A kuso is a sky thought, or a thought in the sky, a daydream, a fantasy, a fancy, or a vision. What I think of when I see this word is a guy, looking up at the clouds in the sky and imagining kind of what the clouds look like, and in that way he is kind of daydreaming or envisioning what those things look like. So a kuso, kind of get a picture of a guy sleeping under a tree. Kuso is a daydream, fancy, or a vision. Kuso. Kuso is a daydream, fantasy, or a vision. A kuso. Kuso is a daydream, fantasy, or vision, or a sky thought, or a sky imagined thing. Kuso is daydreaming. Kuso. Kuso. Number 2 is te. E on the left side is a gain, advantage, or a profit. Te on the right side it means literally a hand, but is often used to refer to a skill. So ete is literally your advantageous skill or hand. Ete is a forte or a strong point with your advantaged skill. Ete. Ete is your forte or a strong point for you. Ete. Ete is an advantage or a strong point. A forte. Your advantage or beneficial skill. Ete. Ete. Number 3 is a sai nan. Sai on the left side is a calamity or a misfortune, and nan on the right side is a hardship, something that is hard or difficult. So a calamity that brings hardship or hard living is a misfortune, a disaster, or a calamity. A sainan is a calamitous hardship. Sainan. A calamitous hardship. Sainan. Sainan is a calamitous hardship or misfortune. A sainan. Sainan is a calamitous or calamity, misfortune, or hardship. A calamity that makes things difficult. A sainan. Sainan is a calamitous misfortune. Sainan. Number 4 is omatase shimashita. Omatsu is to wait. Omatase is to make wait, and shimashita is the past tense form of suru, to do. So omatase shimashita is to make one wait, or to have made one wait. So you're really saying thank you for waiting or sorry to keep you waiting. You hear this a lot with shopkeepers that, like, if they have to go in the back and get you, the right size of shoe, for example, they'll say omatase shimashita when they came back, just to say, like, thanks for waiting or sorry to keep you waiting. Omatase shimashita is sorry to make you wait or for keeping you waiting. Omatase shimashita. Omatase shimashita. Omatase shimashita. Sorry to make you wait or thank you for waiting. Omatase shimashita. Omatase shimashita. Number 5 is a sakaba. Sake on the left side, or saka, is rice wine, as you know. And ba on the right side is a location or a place. So a sakaba is a place for sake, a a bar, pub, or tavern. A sakaba is a place for sake or a tavern. A sakaba is a bar, pub, or tavern. I don't know why I keep saying par. I'm playing a lot of golf recently. A sakaba is a bar, pub, or tavern. Sakaba, a place for sake. Sakaba is a bar, pub, or a tavern. A place for sake. Sakaba. Sakaba is a place for sake or a bar or tavern. Number 6 is en-ge. En on the left side is a garden, and ge on the right side is art or skill and craft. So the art of making gardens is horticulture or gardening. This one's a literal translation. En-ge is the art of making gardens or horticulture and gardening. En-ge. En-ge is the art of horticulture or gardening. En-ge. En-ge desu. En-ge is the art of garden making or garden craft. En-ge. En-ge. Number 7 is sure chigao. Sure on the left side means scraping or just grinding by, kind of. And chigao is a difference. In this case, the difference is passing by one another. Sure chigao means scraping difference, which is why it means to disagree. But it is usually to pass one another, to miss an opportunity to meet. Sure chigao, to scrape by one another without actually meeting. Sure chigao. Sure chigao. I kind of translate this to not meeting eye to eye almost. It's like you're especially when you're talking about surechigao. When you're talking about things like not meeting, disagreeing, especially, right, is kind of not seeing eye to eye. Meaning, when two people are looking at each other, oftentimes they are looking directly at each other. But the phrase "to not meet eye to eye" kind of comes from the fact that you're probably looking at them, but not directly at them. You're kind of scrapingly missing their gaze. So surechigao kind of has that same feeling in that you passed by each other but didn't quite meet. Surechigao, to scrape by and just miss. Surechigao. Surechigao is to miss a chance to meet. Surechigao. Number 8 is a gendo. Gen on the left side is a limit or boundary, and do on the right side is the degree of that boundary. So your limit or bounds are your degree, or it's the degree to which you are limited. Your limit or bounds is the degree to which you are limited. Gendo. Gendo is the limit to which one is bounded. Gendo. Gendo is the limit to which one is bounded, or your limits and bounds. Gendo. Gendo desu. Gendo are your limits or bounds. The degree of your limits. Gendo is limit or bounds. Number 9 is usagi, which is a rabbit, hare, or coney. And we've already learned the kanji for this, so I don't know why the N2 list has the hiragana, whereas the N3 list had the kanji. That's a bit strange. But usagi is a rabbit, hare, or a coney. Usagi is a rabbit, hare, or coney. And I'm just going to go ahead and write the kanji about 3 times because I already know the kanji for this. Usagi is a rabbit, hare, or coney. Excuse me. Usagi is a rabbit, hare, or coney. Number 10 is saka-sama. Saka is to go against or to run opposite to. So it has a lot to do with words that deal with inversion or reversion. In this case, saka-sama Saka-sama is a noun, so it should really be an inversion, an upside down. Saka-sama is upside down, inverted, or reversed. Saka-sama is upside down, inverted, or reversed. Saka-sama. Saka-sama is upside down, inverted, or reversed. Number 11 is a katamari. You've probably heard of the game Katamari Damacy, which maybe it's Dynasty? I forget what it is. Anyway, katamari is a clod, a lump, a clot, or a mass. On the left side here, we have the radical for earth, and on the right side, we have a radical for a ghost or a devil. So the way I'm thinking about this is, especially with Katamari Dynasty or Damacy, I don't know what the game's name is. It's a... In the game, I think you use a character to make the clod or lump, but the way I'm thinking about it is if this ball was kind of self-sufficient or self-moving, I'm thinking of this ball from the game, and if it was moving on its own, it would be a ball of earth possessed by some devil or spirit that is moving on its own. And while a clod, lump, clot, or mass is not usually moving on its own, I'm going to use the game image to think of like this self-moving ball. And hopefully I will remember that that means a clod, lump, clot, or mass. Katamari, or kai, is a clod, lump, clump, or mass. Katamari is a clod, lump, clump, or mass. Katamari is a clod, lump, or a mass. Katamari. Katamari is a clod, lump, clump, or mass. Katamari. Katamari. Hokani, kai. Are our 2 pronunciations. Katamari or kai is a clod, lump, or mass. Katamari or kai. With the radicals for a earth devil or an earth mass. An earth devil or an earth ghost. So I'm thinking of the ghost possessing a clod or lump, like in the game, and rolling around. Katamari or kai is a clod, lump, or mass. And finally, number 12 is kawase. Ka on the left side is a reason or because. And this is really kawasu or to change on the right side, an exchange or a substitution. In this case, the exchange is talking about an exchange from one place to another of money, a draft for a money order. So I'm going to remember this because the literal translation of this is because of a transfer or substitution, or for a transfer or substitution, meaning it is an order for money. It is a order for the exchange or substitution of money from one account to another. A kawase is for for an exchange is the literal translation. For an exchange is a kawase. Kawase is a money order or an exchange. A foreign exchange, a kawase. An exchange for money. Kawase. Kawase. Kawase is an exchange. Is because of or for an exchange. Meaning a money order or foreign exchange. Kawase. Let's go back to the top, make sure we've memorized all these for today. As always, make sure you're watching or listening to Japanese in some form to get some immersion. And put these on some flashcards and go over them to remember them. Our first word was a daydream or fantasy with a kuso, or a sky imagination. Kuso is a fantasy, vision, or fancy. A kuso. Kuso. A forte or one strong point is your ete, your advantageous skill or hand. Ete is your advantageous skill or hand. A calamity, misfortune, or disaster is a sai-nan. Sai on the left side for a disaster, and nan on the right side for a hardship. Sai-nan is a calamity, misfortune, or disaster. Omatase shimashita is thanks for making you wait. Thanks for waiting, or sorry to make you waiting, sorry. Omatase shimashita. With our conjugation to the form that says I made you do something. Next we have a bar, pub, or tavern with a sakaba, saka on the left side for sake, and ba on the right side for a location. The location for sake is a bar or tavern. Horticulture or gardening is enge, en on the left side for a garden, and ge on the right side for its skill or craft. Enge is the craft of gardening. To pass one another or to miss an opportunity to meet is sure chigau. Sure on the left side for to scrape, and chigau on the right side for a difference. Sure chigau is to just miss each other or to miss an opportunity to meet. A limit or bounds is a gendo. Gen on the left side for a limit, and do on the right side for the degree to which that limit is enforced for a limit or bounds. A hare, a coney, or a rabbit is an usagi. Usagi. Inverted, upside down, reversed, or back to front is saka-sama. This is a noun, so it's really an inversion or an upside down. Saka-sama. A clod, lump, clot, or mass is a katamari with the earth devil or earth ghost controlling this kind of ball from katamari damasi. And finally, a money order, draft, or exchange is a kawase. Ka on the left side for or because. And kaeru on the right side for an exchange is a money order or a foreign exchange. Thanks for watching this Saturday, everybody. I know this was a little earlier than usual, but thanks for watching anyway. I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. どうもありがとうございました。じゃあまた明日ね。向かってなかなか口に出して言えなくて